like that beat right there. I'm supposed to be writing some lyrics to this joint, but you know how life get in the way sometime. But what's up, y'all? It is time to focus. LBK. This is Robert Jenkins coming to you on this April 29th, 2024 with the 34th episode of the Focus LBK show. You know what? We're going to have a pretty good show for y'all today. We're going to summarize a couple of things. We're going to tell you what's going on. Got some interesting firearms training and stuff like that going on. Got a Stop the Violence Summit coming up, and got a couple of other good things. But after we tell y'all about what's coming up, y'all know we're going to have to give y'all a recap of that Acute Inflections show. If you was tuning in prior to this week, y'all heard me telling y'all to get on out to that Acute Inflections. And man, you really missed it if you didn't get to see it. You really missed it, because that show, and I ain't gonna talk about it right now, but I'm gonna tell you straight up, that show, that Acute Inflection show, what it was, man, it was a microcosm of everything that's good about the LBK. Now, I'm not gonna get too deep into that just yet, because first of all, I got to tell y'all what's going on. And it's a lot of stuff going on this coming up in the next several weeks. The first thing I want to get into is the Should I Shoot self-defense event. It's a Should I Shoot class. It's going to be Thursday, May 9th, 2024 at the Lubbock Memorial Civic Center. Time is going to be 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. And yeah, that's 1501 Mac Davis Lane. So it's the Should I Shoot self-defense training event. You have to register to go to it. So if you click on this picture down here in the article, in the show notes, I got it linked up to where you can go sign up. I encourage everybody to go check it out, man, because it's always good. Knowledge is power. Sometimes you can shoot legally and defend yourself. Sometimes you can't. And it literally is your freedom, or your freedom hangs in the balance if you don't know when to and how to properly defend yourself. So, man, check that out. Should I Shoot Self-Defense Workshop. It's free. And again, that's going to be at the Civic Center on Thursday, May 9th, 2024. Time 6 to 7 p.m. on May 9th, 2024. Yeah. Now, speaking of the Civic Center, totally opposite kind of event coming up 2 days later on May 11th. The first event was the Should I Shoot. This right here is totally opposite, totally different vibe, and a totally different local gentleman, by the way, putting this one on. It's the Returning Citizens Association presents the Building Resilience Summit Series 2024. It's Overcoming Domestic Violence and Trauma. Overcoming Domestic Violence and Trauma. And that's going to be on May 11th, 2024. That's a Saturday. Seating is limited. And it's going to be from 1:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. And y'all know that brother Ricky Gaines, the executive director of the RCA, the Returning Citizens Association, him and his crew are putting this on. So that right there tell you it's going to be a nice little old event. It's going to be informative. It's going to tug on your heartstrings a little bit. It's going to be honest. It's going to be powerful and empowering, if it's the same kind of event that this brother always puts on. And I have no doubt it would be. I've been to a couple of his events now, and man, let me tell you, they don't be playing around. Them returning citizens, they be putting it down. It ain't gonna be nothing about them without them. You know what I'm saying? That's their motto. That's one of their mottos anyway. Ain't nothing about us without us. Word. Overcoming Domestic Violence and Trauma, Building Resilience Summit Series 2024, presented by the Returning Citizens Association on 11 May 2024, Saturday 1:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. That's 11 May from 1:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. Tickets are $20, but guess what? You can get some $10 tickets too if you're a student, or if you have been system impacted. That means if you have been impacted by the penal system, you can get your tickets for $10. Check them out at returningscitizensasoc.org. That's short for association, ASOC, returningscitizensasoc.org. The speakers are going to be Mrs. Erica Munoz. She's an RCA ambassador. It's going to be Mr. Ricky Gaines, the man himself. Going to be hollering at us. I can't wait to hear Ricky talk. I hope he tell a little bit about his background because he's got a fascinating story. Starts off tragic, but it ends up triumphant. You know what I'm saying? Also speaking is going to be Natasia Limas, RCA ambassador herself. It's going to be co-hosted by Andrea Gaines and Pastor Jose Limas Jr. Looks like it's going to be a information-packed event. I plan to be there. Y'all need to be there too. Be there or be square. It's going to be at the Civic Center. How does brother get this thing at the Civic Center, man? This cat know how to organize stuff. Mr. Gaines. I'm gonna have to holler at this brother, man. I can't even. I seem like I can't even make dinner reservations half the time. He reserving the Civic Center. You know what I'm saying? He tripping me out, man. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, just know I'm gonna be hollering at you, brother. All right, trying to figure out how to do this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get out there and check out that Building Resilience Summit. Also, it's getting to be that time of the year where it's about time to go start thinking about fishing. But I ain't talking about y'all grown folk. Y'all need to go fish on your own time. What you really need to do, though, is bring a kid out to fish at the Kids Fishing Derby. Notice I say Kids Fishing Derby. Spend the day with our community. Sponsored by, of course, the 100 Black Men of West Texas. The Kids Fishing Derby. It's going to be Saturday, July 13th, 2024. And of course, it's going to be at May Simmons Park. That's at MLK and Canyon Lake Drive, as if y'all don't know where that's at. If you don't know, that's just tragic. Anyway, it's going to be 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Sponsored by the 100 Black Men of West Texas and the Texas Game Warden Association. Shout out to my brother Scotty Scott. I think he helping take the lead on this with the 100 Black Men. Scotty Scott in effect. Getting it hooked up. All these brothers know how to arrange stuff. Everybody know how to arrange stuff but me. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know. Maybe that's why I just be on the microphone behind the scenes. Maybe that's what I need to stick to doing. No. We gonna learn how to, we gonna get out there. We gonna arrange something. Y'all stay tuned. I don't know what it's gonna be yet, but it's gonna be something. We gonna definitely arrange something. Also, Lubbock, that's the kid. Let me reiterate though. That's the Kids Fishing Derby. Spend the day with the community. That's the 100 Black Men of West Texas. Saturday, July 13th, 2024 at May Simmons from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Man, I was at the last one. Matter of fact, I was out there slinging cameras around and stuff, and it was a good time. So I invite you to get out there and participate. And if you know a kid that need to learn how to fish, bring them on out. I say bring them on out. Let them fish. Anyway, let me move on to Out and About, because that's about all I got for what's going on. Let me tell you what went on when we was out and about. We being lovely wife and I, this past, this past Saturday? No, it wasn't even no Saturday. It was, I'm looking at my calendar right here. Oh yeah. It was Thursday the 25th. In the middle of the week, we went out to see Acute Inflections. Now, if you haven't heard of them, they are a duo from New York. I believe they are a husband and wife. And man, you talking about some soulful sounds. Little young-looking, good-looking couple too. L. Douglas and Siddiqui Pierre. I don't know if they married or if they just, I don't know what, but they definitely a couple, and you can feel the chemistry and you can feel the energy. You know what I'm saying? Together they are Acute Inflections, New York's jazzy R&B duo. Now, what I wanted to tell y'all about LBK, the reason this was such a cool event is because when I reflect on it, I realize this event is really a microcosm of everything that's good about the LBK. What do I mean by that? Well, I tell you what I mean. What I mean is this, very simply. We went out. I think the tickets cost about $15 a piece. So for like 30 bones, me and lovely wife got a chance to dress up and go out on a date night. We went a 15-minute drive to the Center Point Event Center over there behind Coronado. Parked with no problem. Walked right into the venue. Saw an amazing show that was part comedy show, part jazz show, part relationship counseling. It was just funny. It was funny, soulful, and funky, all rolled up into 1 hour and a half show full of cover songs and original music. The girl could sing. My man was hitting that bass just right. And yo, like I said, it was $15. It was $30 right around the corner. Easy parking, easy access. Rolled up in that joint, had fun. The artists, L and Siddiqui, they was down to earth. Took pictures with everybody. Anybody that wanted to take pictures got a picture. It was people in there. Everywhere I look, I saw somebody I know. Talking about I'm talking like them folks on YouTube. I saw the Reddick clan. I saw the Williams clan. I saw some cats that I don't know their name, but I know their face. That's everybody in Lubbock. You don't know their name, but you know their face. Saw all kind of good looking folks. It was a wide variety too. It was a diverse crowd. And these cats, man, they didn't just sing jazz. They sung some Bob Marley. They sung some old school R&B hits, but jazzed up and made funky in their own particular way. And again, all this in a cheap, easy to get to, enjoyable night out package. I mean, come on. See, for y'all that have never lived anywhere outside of Lubbock, if you have never lived in a big city, I will tell you, it is not all that. It ain't all that it's cracked up to be. Matter of fact, it ain't nothing that it's cracked up to be. We done lived in DC, Baltimore, and all around in that area. You know, San Antonio. San Antonio was pretty cool. I ain't gonna talk bad about Tejas like that. I think I'd rather live in a big city in Tejas than I would on the east or west coast and some of these big old, I was going to call them something, but I ain't going to say that because it's a family show. Anyway, man, when we used to live up in D.C., if we was to go see something like this right here, or Baltimore, it's going to take you an hour to get there. Parking going to be $25, $35, $45. The tickets going to be $50 a piece, $75 a piece. The artists ain't gonna be cool. I don't know. Maybe if they was the same artist, they probably would be. If it was Acute Inflections, they would be cool. But I don't know. You know. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna say that because we saw a lot of good shows up in Baltimore, and man, all the artists was cool. We saw that brother Bilal, a couple other cats. They was all cool. But the point I'm making is you can't get this ease and a good show of this quality and this caliber with such ease of access, such low prices, and such down-to-earth folks surrounding you. That right there is LBK in a nutshell. That is Lubbock, Texas, USA. That is the definition of Lubbock, Texas, USA. Easy to get around, easy to live, easy to go see some cool stuff, easy to slide in and slide on back to the crib. And when you go there, you're going to see half the people you know, and it's going to be a good old time. See what I'm talking about? That's why I say, man, you got to appreciate what you got sometimes. I hear people bad mouthing Lubbock, and I say, yeah, you can tell they must not have been out of Lubbock because me and my family, man, we was gone for 25 years. We only been back about 2 years. Matter of fact, today, April 29th, we got back about April 18th, 2 years ago. It's been almost exactly 2 years. And yeah, okay, Lubbock ain't perfect. No, ain't no place perfect. But the stuff that Lubbock does get right, it gets it real right. You got a world-class Buddy Holly Hall. This is a performing arts center. It's literally right off Marshall Sharp. You can bus up on Marshall Sharp and be there in like 8 minutes. Come on. And I ain't never seen no too expensive of a show. Matter of fact, on May 4th, we finna go to that May the 4th Be With You, the They're going to be playing the Star Wars music up there. And all we're going to do is put on some nice threads, hit that Marshall Sharp. First hit the loop, then hit that Marshall Sharp. Come through Parkway, and it turn right into Marshall Sharp. And you're going to be there before you even get on the freeway good. And then you're going to park right across the street. It ain't going to be hard at all. It don't take see, in other words, what I'm saying to you is when you live in other places that, man, they just don't have it as good as Lubbock in certain ways. It takes the joy out of stuff. It make you don't want to do nothing. People talking about it ain't nothing to do in Lubbock. It's plenty to do. And you can easily go do it, and cheaply. You got good stuff coming through the Cactus Theater all the time, the Buddy Holly Hall, as I say. You got these little pop-up events, I call them, like this concealed carry training and stuff like that. You got East Lubbock Art House always doing something. Yeah, everybody know where that is, how easy that is to get to. Every time I turn around, and I ain't never even heard of the Centerpoint Event Center. Couldn't even find it. I knew it was by Coronado somewhere, but I was like, wait, I'm making turns and stuff. I'm on the wrong side of Marshall Sharp, man. I had to come back on the other side of Marshall Sharp, on the south side of it. Anyway, that right there, you know, it always remind me of that Sam Cooke song. He say, summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and cotton is high. Yeah, I know I be jamming. I know. No. I'm not going to sing it again. You gets no more. You gets no encore. I know, but it sounded good. That's that summertime. The living is easy. And that's what living in Lubbock make me always think about that song, because it's like Lubbock, Texas, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping. Well, I don't know about that, but the cotton is definitely high, or it's going to be in a couple of months. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Anyway, man, if you can't find nothing to do in this joint, Lubbock, Texas, USA, if you can't find nothing to do here, and if you don't enjoy how simple it is to go do stuff and how easy and quick it is to get around, the living is easy, man. That is the perfect descriptor for Lubbock, Texas, USA. Man, I don't even think I have to say too much more than that, LBK. If I was y'all, I would do like I do, like me and lovely wife do. We get out there and move and groove. Speaking of moving and grooving, lovely wife on Saturday, this past weekend, went out to the Patterson Library. They had the Left to Right book club out there. See what I'm saying? Take you 10 minutes to get over there. You got all your friends, neighbors, and people you don't know, but it look like you know them. You know what I'm saying? People look like they related to your family. You be, what's your people name? What's your people? Who your people? You be seeing everybody in LBK, and there's always something cool and easy to do. It's always a sense of community. And that's what I'm digging about the LBK. Anyway, I'm not going to belabor the point. No, before I go, I was about to wrap it up, but no, I don't, because I wanted to double back and talk a little bit more about these cats from Acute Inflections, L and Siddiqui. So they're not, it turns out that they don't have a manager. They're just independent artists. They kept saying they drove down here. So I literally think they drove themselves down to Lubbock from New York. They have shows all over the world, because they got one coming up in South Africa, one coming up in Sicily, and they invite you to attend. Now you got to pay for yourself to get there, but you can attend and go see them. That's just how they was talking with the audience, man. They was singing and jamming and playing that bass, and my man hitting that bass, he made me want to go home and make some beats. Y'all know I make music and stuff like that. I, consider myself a little musician. And he up there on the bass talking about doom, 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 boom, slapping and popping. I felt like, man, all you need right now is me on the drum machine right here. Cause I'll lay you something funky down. Y'all, matter of fact, y'all need to give me a call. Acute Inflections, go on and give me a call at 806-642-0949. That's if y'all want somebody to join you on stage that's pretty good on that goddamn old drum machine, that keyboard, holla at your boy. Anyway, what I wanted to say about these cats, even though they put on a dope show, and even though it was all about love and relationships and forgiveness and getting along as society in these troubled times that we seem to be living in, it was all about good vibes, you know what I'm saying? And to top it off, they not just artists, they not just musicians. They have a deal called the Red Tail Flight Academy. And if you don't know, Red Tail, that refers to the Tuskegee Airmen. They were the first all-black squadron of airmen, fighter pilots in World War II. The Red Tail Flight Academy, a Tuskegee Airmen Incorporated legacy program. So these cats have something to do with that. They put out these very nice, glossy, laminated cards that they show. The Red Tail Flight Academy. And I'll just read it to you real quick and say the Red Tail Flight Academy is a world-class aviation program based at Stewart International Airport in Newburgh, New York. Our mission is to honor the legacy of the Tuskegee Airmen by helping to diversify the skies. We offer scholarships to young people of color interested in becoming commercial pilots or aviation maintenance technicians. After graduating our program, RFA students are placed into paid internships with top companies, and most receive job offers upon completion of the internship. Many RFA graduates are currently employed as airline and corporate pilots and flight instructors. Check them out at redtailflightacademy.org. That's redtailflightacademy.org. Now see, that's what I'm talking about. Don't talk about it, be about it. Don't sing about it. Do your thing about it. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I like that. I feel that right there. A Tuskegee Airmen Incorporated legacy program. I really feel it because I myself was a black man in the Air Force. You can't help but look back at the... Now, just to be clear, I didn't fly no planes. Nah. I was translating documents and whatnot. I didn't even hardly get on no Air Force planes, but I was an airman. And of course, being a black airman, you look back on the Tuskegee Airmen with a great sense of pride. You know what I'm saying? For real. And it says right here, the Red Tail Flight Academy is a part of the Tuskegee Airmen Incorporated Major General Irene Tripwell Harris Lee A. Archer Red Tail Youth Flying Program. Well, that's a long, confusing sentence. But anyway, does it get any better than that? Some cats drive themselves all the way down from New York, take pictures with everybody in the whole building, get up on stage, give you a dope hour-and-a-half show full of original music and, well, mostly covers, but 3 or 4, I think, original songs off in there. $15 a piece for the tickets. They called out at one point. They said, hey, since it was all about relationships and love and getting along, they had mad crowd participation. They knew how to keep you engaged, and they had you sing. They had us singing songs and stuff. And at one point, they asked us, how many in here been together for 20 years or more? Now, of course, me and lovely wife raised our hand because we just recently celebrated our 22nd anniversary. I knew we wasn't gonna win because it was some older folks than us in there. So I was like, yeah, we ain't finna win this one, babe. It was for free tickets. I think they got free tickets to the next show, if I'm not mistaken. But guess who won the goddamn award? Mr. and Mrs. Leon Williams. Leon and Elise Williams took home, I think it was some free tickets. That's why I got their picture down there. That's them right there getting them free tickets, standing up, laughing. That's what I'm talking about, man. Look at the good time. Look at everybody in the room clapping and smiling. Look at that picture right there. And tell me that don't look like a good event you want it to be at. Anyway, that's what I'm talking about. LBK. A good time was had by all, and if you missed it, you sure did miss it. They gonna come back though, and in fact, we got a very well-known music event organizer, Mrs. Shirley Green. I don't know. I ain't gonna say nothing, but I know one thing. She so seemed interested in hollering at these two soulful inflection singers, Acute Inflections. That's all I'm gonna say on that. But they might be back. That's all I'm gonna say. They might be back. If they do come back, we're gonna get them on the show. Watch this. I'm a snag them, man. I'm a sweet talk them and do what I got to do. We're gonna have our location set up by then, I'm sure. So hopefully we'll have them on the show. Anyway, Lubbock, this is your man, Robert Jenkins the third, coming with the 34th episode of the Focus LBK show for the week of 29 April. Want to wish y'all a happy week. Get your mind together so you can go out and perform at work and do what you got to do and be who you got to be. And as always, we'll be here and see y'all next time. All right, peace.